Welcome back to the podcast. Today's guest has such a powerful story and a relatable story. Her journey into financial advice hasn't been straightforward. She's taken risks, changed direction, and built a career that truly reflects who she is. What really stands out is how she's redefined what it means to be a financial advisor, moving away from fast-paced numbers, heavy stereotype, and instead focusing on being calm, approachable, and genuine, and generally understanding the people that she works with. We also talk about starting a business during uncertain times, finding your confidence and navigating personal challenges while still showing up and moving forward. It's a really honest conversation, and I think a lot of people will connect with it. Welcome, Cassie Hart.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So let's get right into this. Can you tell me, let's go back to the very start. So tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm from the West Midlands originally, obviously with this accent, which I can't get rid of. Not that I want to get rid of it.
It's lovely.
Yeah, from the West Midlands originally, in a little town called Wednesbury, which is like just north of Birmingham. Normal family, mum, dad, brother, a sister, just normal working class family. Went to high school. After high school, I went to Bangor University to do business and marketing. And then I left university trying to get a job in marketing. I just couldn't get one because I had like these big ideas of being like this really good marketeer, and I'd make like adverts that would be on billboards and television, all that sort of stuff, and I just couldn't get into it. It was just too difficult. So I got a job in a non-for-profit organisation as a loans officer when I left uni, and we offered an alternative to people that were using like payday loans. They were like quite a big thing back like in 2010, 2011. So we offered a more affordable alternative to people that are on low incomes and benefits, just to give them another option, really.
That's lovely.
Yeah. And then from there I went into retail banking, and I was there for about 8-9 years, and then I became a financial advisor, and I've done that for 6-7 years now.
Do you think something shaped you as a child, making you want to go into finances?
Yeah, I always remember when we were little, in my mum's cupboard under the stairs, there was 3 money boxes, like the metal money boxes.
Yeah.
For me, my brother and my sister, like one of us had a rocking horse, one was a teddy bear, and one was something else. I can't remember what the third one was. And I can remember distinctly my great nan used to give my nan money to put in the money box. And then when she died, my nan carried it on, and when she died, my mum sort of carried it on. So it was always the case of it being drilled into us, spend a bit but save a bit.
Yeah.
And then when I got to uni, I think I was the only person at my whole friends group that didn't use their overdraft.
Really? Wow.
I don't know what it was. It's just ingrained in me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing though. So after university, you mentioned a little bit about your first job, but what was your first job then in finances?
It was the loans officer job. So people would come because they'd need a very small amount, relatively small amount of money, like £50, £100 or whatever. And they'd need it for buying kids' uniforms or buying a washing machine. It wasn't to be lavish or spend it on anything frivolous. It was genuinely they needed it because they had no other option. And it was a real eye-opener because there's a lot of people, and it's wrong, that they feel like people don't want to get out of the benefit system and they don't want to improve their lives and make their situation better. But we're only one bad decision or one catastrophe away from needing that help. So there'll be people like single parents coming to have £50 to buy a uniform because I split up with the other half and then got the money. And
must be
others,
very rewarding what you do as well, like helping people with that as well.
Yeah. And or somebody that had fallen ill that can't work, or somebody that had passed away and they'd just got no other option.
Yeah.
And sadly, the payday loans and loan sharks took advantage. And
You see that happening all the time, and it's so sad.
Yeah. It's not so bad as it was now, but back then, like 15 years ago, it was just on the telly, adverts, radio. You just couldn't avoid it.
So what do you do in these situations? Can you tell me a bit about how it works a little bit?
Yeah, so someone had come in, asked because they needed X amount.
Yeah.
I'd have a conversation with them for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, what they need it for, what the circumstances are, what income they've got coming in, what they're spending the money on. And I'd always have a copy of the bank statements to skim through it. Not because I was being nosy and trying to pick out like what you're spending that money on for. But if people haven't got that level of understanding maybe and knowledge of what they're spending the money on, then it'll never be better or get better.
Yeah, because some people growing up as well, they wouldn't have had people to look out for them in that sense.
No, and we're not taught it at school, are we?
No, we should be really.
Yeah, we should. And people leave school and you're expected to understand how a mortgage works, or how to pay bills, or how to save, or how to budget for different things.
You end up learning it yourself, and it's hard. Like I remember when I first rented somewhere, and I've got a house now and stuff, but it takes a while to get to that level, and it's hard because you don't really know how it all.
No,
you don't know how to budget. You've got to you've got these bills coming out, and it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is difficult, and sadly, some industries and people took advantage of these people. So it was just nice to be on the other side and be the nice person, be the good option.
Have you got any nice stories that you'd be willing to share about that?
There was a guy that he came to me quite regularly. So he'd had an accident at work and lost 3 of his fingers at work.
Oh gosh!
So then he couldn't return back to the job that he was trained to do because he couldn't. It was machinery. So he was on long-term, like incapacity benefit, and it just didn't give them enough. Him and his wife, they just didn't have enough to decorate or buy a new sofa or get a new telly. So every 12 months or 6 months or so, they'd come back for another lump sum because they needed to do something to the home to make their lives a bit better and a bit more accessible for him, because he did have problems with day-to-day managing, with just having 2 fingers on one hand. It'd be really difficult to do a lot. So that was sort of things. Again, with him, that he had a normal life and then an accident happened.
That must be really tough. When your whole life changes. But then somebody like yourself who steps in and you take a bit of that burden off.
Yeah, it's very rewarding.
Yeah. So after that then, when did you set up, well, is it under your name, Cassie Hart then? Yeah,
so I, after I left the loans officer position, I moved then to North Wales because that was in Birmingham City Centre.
Yeah. That's a big change in itself as well.
Yeah. So I moved to North Wales and got a job in retail banking as a personal.
Okay.
No, as a cashier first, sorry. Sort of on the tills.
Yeah.
Helping people draw in money and take it out and whatever. So I did that for about 7 or 8 years, and sort of midway through that period, after I'd had my second child, I decided I wanted to be a personal banking advisor. So those are the people that help people open accounts and set up credit cards and refer them for mortgages and that kind of thing. So the role was a personal banking advisor, but then as I was in the throes of getting moved over, they dropped the A off it. So then I just became a personal banker because we weren't then allowed to give advice.
Oh, okay.
So typically someone would come in and say, right, I want to open an account to save money for whatever purpose. What account do you think I should open? And I'd be like, I can't tell you.
Yeah, that's...
I'd give them the figures, say, right, if you do this one, this is what you'll get. If you do this one, this is what you get. And I'd say, well, which one and they'd always ask, which one do you recommend?
That's hard, isn't it? Not being able to have your input as well. I bet you're there like trying to bite your tongue.
It's like trying to give advice, but with one hand behind your back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just getting a bit disillusioned with all this. I'm just getting a bit sick of it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be an advisor because I felt like I could advise people. So I wanted to then do the natural progression when the next thing was to be a mortgage advisor. So I wanted to go down that route, but then retail banking changed a lot.
Yeah.
And then the bank said, we're not going to fund you to put you through your CMAP, which is the qualification to be a mortgage advisor, because there's no need, because everyone's going to be helped either online or in the call centres. There's no need for you to be in branch doing it.
Did that throw you a bit? Because obviously your direction then changed. So that must have been a bit daunting.
So I then, thought, well, stuff you then. I'll just do it by myself. So I studied over a weekend and of an evening after the kids had gone to bed. Got my 3 exams done. But I still couldn't get a position in the banking industry. So then I was a bit like, well, what do I do now? So I applied for a role in a practice where I was self-employed, but I was in a practice, and the draw of it was they would feed me business from it. But as I was in the process of moving over, I just thought, why don't I just do the whole thing and get my diploma so I can advise on pensions and investments and everything else. So I did that, got a position in the practice, and I've been in a few practices as a self-employed individual, but always under a main practice where you'd be looking after existing clients. And then I just got to the point where I was not happy with that for lots of reasons. So then I set up on my own last year.
Good on you. So it hasn't been that long then?
No.
Wow. And you're doing really well by the sounds of things.
Yeah. I'm always a bit hard on myself naturally. Everyone is, aren't they? But I'm really pleased. When I look back now, I would never have dreamed I'd have been in this position now at this age. I'm not young at all, but
you look it.
Oh, thank you. I thought having my own business and practice would be something I'd get to when I was 50.
Yeah.
But luckily, things fell in my lap, and it was either I take it now or I don't do it.
That's amazing. And congratulations for taking that leap
Thank
as
you.
well, because it is hard. Like we know how it feels starting a business, and it's like, I was debating, do I give up my job, do I not? And then you have to take that leap sometimes. Yeah. And it's worked out. So it's good.
It has worked out. I mean, there's been times over the past 6-7 years when I've thought I've gone for interviews to get an employed role.
Okay.
And I've got to like the second and third stage interviews, and then I've thought, do I really want this? Because I'm a sucker for a dream, and my dream was to be my own boss in every capacity, and I'd think, I can't do it, I can't. I'm doing myself an injustice.
What made you want to do that, if you don't mind me asking?
My dad always worked. My dad and my mum have always worked hard, and my dad set up his own business in 2000, I think it was. And I must have been, how old would I have been? 12 maybe.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad set up their own haulage company. And I can remember seeing my dad's first lorry or truck, and it was sign written Mick Hart Light Haulage. And like the pride I had, because my dad had got his own company, and we were just like a working class family. Yeah. And he'd made it happen. It was like, I should be able to do that.
Yeah, it's your inspiration, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful.
It's been a rocky road the past few years. So my dad set up my own business in 2000, and my mum was sort of behind the scenes doing the books, and the business grew and grew, and he got more drivers under his belt and whatever. Employing family where he could just to help, and he was a really kind person. So he got diagnosed with kidney failure. I can't remember what year it was, but he got diagnosed with kidney failure, and he had to go on dialysis. So that would sort of filter out his blood and work as a kidney for him. My mum learnt how to do the dialysis procedure herself from home, and they got a dialysis unit set up at home and stuff as well. But my dad worked full time, even though we had to do dialysis 3 times a week for like 4 or 5 hours a time. And I was like, do you know what? I shouldn't mind about anything, because he doesn't. He never did. But not, because he'd got kidney failure, his immune system was suppressed. So if there was ever, like, COVID was bad.
Everything.
Yeah. Because like, we're paranoid about him catching anything. But for some reason last year, he didn't have the flu jab, and I don't know why. I don't know if he'd seen something online that made him go, oh, I don't know if I want that. But I don't know why, he just didn't have it. And him and my mum caught the flu in April. And they were both really poorly with it, but Mum got over it after a few weeks. Dad never got over it, and he just was in hospital from the end of April. And we're like, how is he in hospital? Just because of the flu? But because he was so poorly anyway, and we took for granted how poorly he was, because he never moaned about it. He just couldn't, his body just couldn't fight the infection that was caused by the flu, and he ended up getting double pneumonia. Then it turned into sepsis, and just like little germs that we have on our fingers that are not harmful to us ended up being in his lung and were killing him because he was so poorly. And when I decided I was going to set up on my own at sort of the same time, April, May time, when he went into hospital. And we were always dead positive, like, yeah, he's going to come out, he'll be fine, he'll be okay. He's done it. He's got 9 lives. He's nearly died so many times before. He'll do it again. He'll come out of it again. And then I decided to take the leap and leave fully my old career or life or job. In the September.
He knew you did that then? Or was that?
He knew I was thinking of it, but he got put into an induced coma in August. So I didn't speak to him from August, sorry. So I don't know how much he knew or could recollect, to be honest. So yeah, September I set up on my own, and then we got the call from the hospital beginning of October that we need to all have a meeting, and we sort of knew what was coming. So October the 3rd or the 2nd, the hospital said, like, there's nothing else we can do for him. He's being kept alive by machines now. He'll have no quality of life if he does come out of it, and he won't survive. So the kindest thing to do is to turn everything off. So then we went back the next day after family had seen him and stuff, and turned everything off. And although it was horrible, it was worth seeing him suffer. And he was so brave through it all. Like, the amount of prodding and poking and all the things he had to go through. And we were there visiting him, seeing all these horrible things being done to him just to make him survive. He couldn't even cough for himself. He had to, like...
That's horrible.
It was... just couldn't do anything. So that was worse than letting him go. So...
You did so well to, like, set up your bit and to leave your job while you had all this going on, and to have children. Like, he would be so proud of you, I'm sure. Like, it's fair.
And we always say in our industry, don't make a rash decision. Like we've already said it today, don't make a decision on a bad day. And when, particularly in financial services, if someone's grieving or gone through a tough time or a divorce or an illness, you shouldn't give them advice at that period. You need to do nothing. But in my situation, I'd already made the decision. So I had to ride it out. I couldn't go back.
But fair dues, you didn't give up, because some people in that situation would have given up.
Yeah. But Dad's grit to survive as long as he did.
Pushed you.
Yeah.
And you've obviously, you take after him. You've got that in your body, don't you?
Yeah.
So you can tell, because you're a fighter and that you're determined.
Yeah. He's always been an advocate for doing what you want to do, and don't let anyone tell you you can't do it, because you can.
And that's what we should have in our heads, isn't it? That you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it.
Yeah. So you might just need a little bit more coaxing or a little bit of help, but it doesn't matter if you get there in the end.
So is this, because another part of this story as well was you lost your nan as well, very close together, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you mind talking a bit about that before we move on?
So, the time Dad was in hospital, me grandparents had gone and visit him and stuff. Yeah. My nan was old. She was like 86, I think. She was in her 80s.
Good age, yeah.
Obviously the usual aches and pains as you get older. But she'd had a fall whilst my dad was in hospital, and then she ended up getting infection, and she passed away 5 days before Dad had passed. But she'd passed away not unexpectedly, but we thought she'd come out of hospital as well because she'd done it before. She knew Dad was in a coma when she passed away.
Yeah.
But I don't think she knew what was coming.
Okay.
Because my dad was in the coma when Nan died, he had no knowledge of his mum passing away. So they both passed away not knowing the other one had gone.
Oh, that must have been really tough on the family, like you all. But
it was really, it was the compounding of the grief was horrific.
Yeah.
But because neither of them knew the other one had gone, it was quite nice.
It's a bit of peace and that. I guess you could take a little bit of comfort from knowing that they didn't have to go through all that grief, but at the same time, it's still hard. It's grief, isn't it? It's loss.
Yeah. Like if there is a higher power or something else beyond this mortal earth, we just like to think that Nan decided to go so she could greet Dad because she knew he was coming.
That's beautiful.
And I think there was still a long way to go. Like I've not grieved for either of them properly yet.
Well, it's when was it last? Just
October, November.
That's no time.
Or September. Yeah. No, Nan passed the end of September. Sorry, and Dad was October.
Not even a year.
No, but we'd trying to organise 2 funerals at the same time, and when we went to go and visit Dad at the funeral directors, my nan was in the next room in the chapel of rest. It was just bizarre because they're in the same place. It was just really weird.
Yeah.
And because Nan's funeral was first, we were all thinking, oh God, Dad's is coming next week. It was just...
I don't know how you get... Fair dues, it does show your strength because that's a lot mentally and physically, like, to get through. Like, I just...
Yeah, I mean, or my mum, my brother, my sister, my auntie, my granddad, particularly losing his son and his wife.
Oh, that must have...
At 80 odd years old. I just don't know how he's coping, but he's made of iron. He must be, because he's okay.
It must run in your blood.
Yeah.
So is this what then shaped you to go into the financial advice that you do now then, do you think?
Yeah, I think I've become more accepting of who I am.
Yeah.
I think. As a financial advisor or someone in professional services, you're expected to show up in a certain way and behave in a certain way, or sorry, it's
all right, take all the time you need. Do you want to have a drink?
No.
You're doing really, really well.
Thanks.
So fair dues to open up like this. It's really hard.
Yeah,
you're doing really, really well.
I do like when you put things in a box, in your head. As a financial advisor or being in professional services, you have to show up in a particular way or look a particular way or speak in a particular way. And I thought I had to be like that as well.
Yeah.
So I went out and bought a navy blue suit, and I brought...
Locked the part and everything.
And I bought a briefcase thing.
Did you?
And I made sure I had a leather-bound calendar, like, and a leather-bound diary and all that kind of stuff. But then as the years went by, and I realised that being a financial advisor in this situation meant you'd see a client once a year and then give them a leather-bound diary as a Christmas present, and that'd be your job done. And I was like, it's just not enough.
No.
And when you train as a financial advisor, well, particularly the way I trained, you go through this training and they sort of tell you, you believe that the streets are paved with gold and everyone's going to throw all their investments and the pensions at you because...
It doesn't work like that.
No.
No.
And I quickly learned it doesn't work like that. But for a long time, I still thought, you know what, if I behave more like them and speak more like them, it'll come. I'll be a success. And it just didn't happen. And then I thought, well, what's the point in pretending to be something I'm not? Because maybe that's where I'm going wrong.
I like where this is going as well, because it's what people need to learn to be themselves, don't they?
Because if you are yourself, you'll not appeal to everyone, and that's okay. I'd rather maybe fail or not do as well because I'm myself rather than pretending to be something that I'm not.
Yeah.
Because someone will see through it eventually.
They always do. They do.
And then it'll be worse.
It's like putting that mask on, isn't it? Some people show up and it's that mask of just fake. It's like, just be yourself.
Yeah. I think I try and use, because I feel like I've lived 100 lives already. Oh, the amount of stuff that's happened in our lives, and there's still stuff going on in my family's life now. Well, obviously I won't go into now, but there's always something. It's like I've got the most dramatic life ever. But because I've got these experiences, I can relate them to people's lives now. So I don't know if people know how financial advisors make money, but a lot of the time you get an ongoing fee per year for keeping and looking after clients' money.
Okay.
So when I've been in previous workplaces or practices, if a client's come in to draw money out or say they want to take money out the pension, it'd be like, oh no, don't let them do that. Put them off. They'll tell them something else because it's not the right thing for them. But then when I look deeper, I think, is it because you're trying to keep more money under your remit? And I don't know if that was the motive, but it felt like that was it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm the only good financial advisor at all. There's thousands that are moral and do the right thing, but there was just a niggle.
Yeah.
So with my clients now, because my dad was 63 when he passed away, he hadn't even retired.
Young.
I try and push people to retire earlier, and they're like, no, I don't want to retire at 60. I'm like, well, you can retire at 60. Yeah. And they're like, no, I can't. And I say, you can. We'll work it out. So I'll get everything all together and show them that they can. And they're like, oh, yeah, I can. And when they realise they don't have to work and they can spend more time with their family and the kids and the grandkids and go on holiday and do nice things, that's more rewarding than having them sat
definitely
£500,000 in their investment. And what for?
I guess we don't really know that as well, because society tells us that we have to retire at a certain age as well.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't have known that either, because I always think, oh God, I've got and then it's gone up now, I think, or something. But we don't realise that you do have that choice. Obviously, if it depends on your financial situation, I guess.
Yeah. Having a good financial plan is just one that gives you options.
Yeah.
That's all. Because if you're backed into a corner, you've only got one way out, then it won't always be the best way out. So if you've got someone that's got your back and that'll give you options to do what you want to do later on, that's the best thing to have. And that's all that money's for. Money's just to give you options. It's not.
And it's the fact that you can go to somebody like yourself to talk it through.
Yeah.
Because like we said earlier on, you might not be in the best frame of mind, so that could impact your decision making, couldn't it? So I guess you become a bit more like it's not a friend, isn't it? But you are a financial friend in that sense.
Yeah.
And if you're working differently as well from other people, you've got that person-centred approach.
Yeah, definitely. Like one of my clients, she's in her 80s and she's got she's got children, but they don't speak to her for whatever reason.
Okay.
And I'm her person. So she comes to me for everything.
No.
And last year she was worried because she lives in like a sheltered accommodation sort of place.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, everyone, I went to see her like November time, and she said, everyone's going to have their family coming to see them at Christmas, and I'm not going to have anybody to come. And I said, well, why don't you go away for Christmas then? And she's like, well, I can't go away because she's got problems with her sight and
Okay.
other things. And she's like, oh, I can't do that. I was like, you can do it. Just have a think about it. And then the next time I went to see her, she said, I've booked a cruise to go away over Christmas. So the money that I was looking after for her, she's used that for something
For herself and
purposeful that she didn't. And she had the while of a time, and she was treated like a queen, and she loved it.
That's lovely.
Yeah. And I'm like the anti-financial advice. Like, I'm telling people that you should use your money because that's what it's for.
Yeah. Tom would like you. He's there. I'm the one it's funny in business as well. I'm the one like, no, we've got to save. You got to save, we've got to keep. And he's like, no, because come on, we could be dead tomorrow or whatever, live life.
Yeah.
But I think it's good when you have that balance as well sometimes.
Always have a balance, yeah.
Yeah. It's being sensible at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Not be frivolous and spend it all, but just use it for nice things when you can.
So where are you now?
I'm still in like the infancy stage. So I'm still trying to grow the business as much as I can. And I'm doing that mainly through word of mouth. Like pre-existing clients that have followed me, and then they refer me to their friends and family. And
that's how it should work though as well.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And like things through Facebook, and like people have asked for, does anyone know a financial advisor, and someone will tag me in that sort of thing. So I'm at the point now where I want to actively grow, but not at the detriment of the clients that I've got already. I still want to spend enough quality time with them to know what's going on in their lives, because if I just got like a glancing view of what's going on, I'm not going to really understand and help them properly. So I do want to grow the business, but in a controlled manner where everyone gets treated fairly and as there should be.
Have you got like a 5-year goal?
For the business, I don't know if I've got a 5-year...
I'm saying 5 years. It could be a year. It could be, I don't know.
Yeah. I think I know I've got like certain...
You've got goals.
Yeah. Like things I want to hit. Like I want to get chartered status, which is...
that'd be a big achievement.
The next level up. But
can you tell people a bit about what that means as well?
So with being a financial advisor, you take your qualifications, of which there's 6 exams to become qualified as a minimum.
Yeah.
So you got your diploma. Then there's other accreditations you can do to specialise in other things like trust planning, inheritance tax, pension transfers, that sort of stuff, of which I've done some. But you have to do so many to become chartered, which is like the next level, and it shows you've got a greater understanding of the mechanics of how all products work and how it can benefit people, and how to plan effectively for people from all sectors or maybe specific ones. And then the next level above that is like to become a fellow. So there's like a 3-tiered process, I suppose, and I'm sort of in between 1 and 2.
Okay.
So I wish I'd have more time to get the accreditations done to get to chartered status. But when you go in a business...
And you've got children, so...
And children and
don't
animals.
Don't be too hard on yourself, and you've had all that great everything.
Yeah.
I think you've done very well to get to where you are, and you could still do that, like you're going to.
I will get there, and maybe I just need to be better at time management, but I will get there.
You end up helping other people, don't you? And sometimes we forget to do it ourselves.
You forget your own admin.
You do. Oh, bless you. So what's the most common question people come to you about?
It'll usually be, when can I retire?
Yeah.
And
people just want to get out of their jobs.
Or how much do I need to save to retire?
Okay.
And that's quite a difficult question because I don't know what lifestyle they're living.
Yeah.
If you're just quite modest in your spending. You're not going to need as much as someone that wants to buy a yacht or go on a cruise every 6 months. And also, sadly, or maybe fortunately, we don't know the day we're going to die.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible, morbid thing to discuss, but we don't know when it's going to happen. So you need to plan for the eventuality that you're going to live to 100, but also have something in your back pocket to spend when you're 60, because your time might come before you think it's going to come.
Good advice.
And my job would be so much easier if I had a crystal ball and I knew when everyone was going to leave this mortal world. But
it must be quite stressful for you, actually, thinking about that. Like, because there's quite a lot of pressure on you as well in that sense, because you don't really have the right... Well, it's no right or wrong answer, really. You just got to do what you feel's best and guide them, don't you, in a direction.
Yeah. And again, it goes back to what I think a good financial planner is. It's someone that gives people options.
Yeah.
So if I give them as many options as soon as possible, then it'll hopefully cover every...
And they're making the choice themselves anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, that's correct. I can only advise. Whether they take the advice is another thing.
Yeah.
But I just hope the advice I give them, or what I say to them, is compelling, that they believe me.
Yeah. So what do you think makes you different from other financial advisors?
I think it's the human element of it. Like, going back to what we was talking about before, the conception of a financial advisor historically is somebody suited and booted that's trying to get you to invest their money with them so that they can retire early. But because I've gone through the path that I have with helping people at the end of the spectrum where they've got hardly anything, to being somewhere in the middle in retail banking where people are just doing day-to-day banking and just saving here and there, and then at the end now where I'm helping people wanting to retire or sell down on the business or whatever they need to do, because I've seen the spectrum from A to Z. I don't think there's a situation or a client that could present themselves to me and I wouldn't know how to help them.
That's brilliant. It shows you need your life experience to be able to help other people.
Yeah, you do.
So how can people find out a bit about, Cassie Hart, and if they want to come and check you out on Facebook or...
Yes, I've got a Facebook page, Instagram, website, and open to people just dropping into the office just for a chat. Yeah. There's no pressure with me.
Where is your office?
It's in Mould, in St Andrews Business Centre. It's just outside of Mould town centre. I'm not... Hopefully what's come across today is I'm not big on formalities.
No.
so
it shouldn't be like that, though.
No. And
that's what drew me to you as well. Like, we met at the networking event, didn't we? And I like that about you, because you're not like the typical, as you say, financial advisor and all that. You're you. Yeah. And I think people can connect to that more.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Definitely.
And the old bosses have said to me in the past, when I've done, because I've been known for doing stupid videos in the past.
What kind of videos, I want to ask now?
Yeah, just trying to make light of things and try and I'll take the mick out of myself. And I've had people come to me from higher up saying, no, you shouldn't be doing that video, or you're giving the wrong impression.
Yeah.
I went to work one day, probably dressed like I am now, with nose ringing, and done a video, and the MD pulled me into his office and said, you're not giving off the right look or impression, and nobody wants their financial advisor to be a rebel. Which I get. Yeah. You don't want a financial advisor to say, go on, take all your money out and splurge it all in casinos. You don't want that from your financial advisor, but it doesn't mean they can't have a personality.
Exactly. And also, you're judging somebody by the way that person looks.
Yeah.
It's not what's in here.
No.
So why does people do that all the time?
And if you're going to sit down with somebody that's behind a huge desk and they've got shirt and tie on, slick back coiffed hair or however it is, and they're quite serious, it's intimidating. You're not going to open up to them.
No, it's true.
If you just sat like we are now, like how you are, dead relaxed, they'll tell you 10 times more.
You do, you open up, don't you? Because that's what you want. You want to have that, people want that connection with that person. And I think that's important as well.
Yeah. So if anyone does want to just drop into my office just for a chat, just to see if I can help them, or they just want to offload or whatever it is, then that's fine.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, we'll make sure we put all of that in the descriptions as well, so people can find out where you are and get in contact with you, hopefully.
Thank you.
But is there anything else you'd like to share today?
In general life, if you've got an inkling of an idea, or you're wanting to pursue something, or you've got a goal or whatever it is, and there's something in the back of your head that's stopping you, just ask for help, or just tell a friend or speak to your family, because everyone's going through their own stuff, and there must be someone that you know in your circle that can understand.
I think we can all take something from that, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you so much today as well. You've opened up so much, and it's really hard to talk about all that, and you should be proud of yourself.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure people will be looking down on you and really proud of you right now as well.
I hope so. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you all so much for watching. And if you've enjoyed this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.